Hello, and welcome to The Exchange, your RealtyMogul resource for 1031 market intelligence and education. I'm Steve Haskell, Vice President at RealtyMogul, and this is the final video in a four-part series discussing the structure of a DST. In this episode, we make investors aware of the springing LLC feature of a DST. So, when investors review a DST's private placement memorandum, or PPM for short, they'll usually come across the term springing LLC. This is a mechanism designed to protect your investment in the event of a worst case scenario, a sort of a break glass in case of emergency type function. It's just in place in case a property is struggling to the point where the sponsor is required to commit one of the 7 deadly sins in order to save the asset. If you're not familiar with one of the 7 deadly sins in a DST, go visit our second video in this series where we cover it in a little more detail. Anyways, I'll carry on. The term springing LLC refers to a limited liability company that is established as a contingency plan within the DST structure. It's called springing because it remains dormant until a specific event triggers it into action. Typically, this event is related to a significant problem or failure within a DST, such as the insolvency of the trust or the occurrence of a major operational issue. So, why is the springing LLC so important? Well, first, it provides a safety net for investors. If the DST encounters serious difficulties that compromise its ability to operate effectively, the springing LLC springs into action, allowing the sponsors to refinance or conduct a capital call if necessary to save the property. Now, let's talk about the practicalities. What is the impact if the springing LLC gets activated? And what should investors be aware of? It is important to note that activation of the springing LLC can have legal and financial implications. It's vital for investors to consult with legal and financial advisors to understand the potential impact on their investment and ensure they are adequately prepared. It seems to be a gray area with the IRS whether the LLC can eventually convert back into a DST to preserve the 1031 exit when the DST property sells down the road. But either way, communication from the DST sponsor about the conditions and procedures related to the springing LLC is essential, and substantial tax and legal counsel should be used. Investors should feel informed and confident about how their interests will be protected in case of any issues. So, to sum it up, the springing LLC is a critical component of the Delaware Statutory Trust structure, offering a protective mechanism to ensure survivability of the property in a worst-case scenario. And looks like that covers it for today, and actually wraps up this series on the structure of a DST. I hope you found this discussion on springing LLCs insightful. Thanks for listening. I'm Steve Haskell, and this is The Exchange, your RealtyMogul resource for 1031 market intelligence and education. See you next time.